Hello everybody. This is going to be a live video chat show where we do arts and crafts. And we got some arts and crafts to do tonight. So let me get my iPad set up here so we can get organized. And we can get some things going here. Let's go to YouTube. Turn my volume down. Oh, I worked on a book that I just got, a new book, and I think I know how to do it now. I got into the beads, and yes, I'm spilling them as we speak. Oh heavens, what am I like? Let's get this cleaned up here. I've got another picture to do. I might maybe get to do some of it tonight, or at least sort some of my beads out for it. Uh, let's get this here. See if we can't pick them all up at the same time. Like that. I need to put some weight on the bottom of them so I don't keep tipping them over. Anyway, let's get back over to here. So I did watch a video on how to do this, and it's really, really easy, but I was confused. I wasn't quite sure how it worked, but we got it. So let's do some, I got some happy mail to show you all. Hi, Sharon. How are you? How are you doing? How is Sharon? And so I'll say that. I do have my desk cleaned off. So that's good. Got some beads. I'll show you what I'm going to do next. You're doing good. Oh, great. I just started another picture, and give me your honest opinion. I need your honest opinion. I haven't done anything that I can't undo yet, but I oh, thank you, Sharon. Give me your honest opinion. But this is going to be for my for my manicurist. Everything in her shop, her salon, is black and white. So I thought I would do a black whale and stingray, and then I would do her hand, and maybe do her nails in black glitter. I've got some white beads and some kind of a gray bead. It's more gray than anything that I have to use, and of course I got white and black beads. And I thought about even just making her nails red, and that would be the accent for her shop. So I don't know. I can't decide. I haven't made the decision yet. And I do have some little starfish or starfish and shells to put a little bit on the bottom in the around the outside of it. But it will go in her shop, and like I said, everything is real modern, black and white. Everything's black and white. The only color you see are the nail polish and the people coming in. Uh, she's very that was her style. That's her style. But anyway, I told her I was going to make her one of these, and um, and I said, you can take it home. You can hang it in the bathroom. I said, I don't care. I said, you can do whatever you want with it. Hi, Barbara. So it's either going to be black nails or white nails, or red nails, and I think I've got some red glitter I can use. But anyway, it'll be really trans black and white. So that's what I've got lined up for that. And I'll wait for some more people to get in here, and I'll open up our happy mail for tonight. And how's Barbara? How is Barbara? Today's the 30th. Oh, one more day. One more day, and it's over. Oh, well, okay, okay. I might be able to do that. I might be able to do that. If I have some, I can pick. Joe will get me some red nail polish the next time he goes to the Dollar Tree. He can get me some bright candy apple red. I might have some. I do use a little bit of nail polish in my art room, and I might have some Christmas red. How about that? That'll work. That'll work. Good idea. Hi, Kelsey. I got your napkins today. I'm gonna show them off here in a minute. So that's what I'll do on the nails. It's L.A. Color Craze. So good idea. Good idea. Okay. So that'll be that. Let's go with some get in a. I'm gonna do our napkin journal a little bit. We made a napkin journal, and I showed everybody how I did it. And I had a lot of fun making it this week, and I finished gluing the lace around the edges of it. Let me see if I can't get my camera over here a little more. Stretch it out over here. There we go. Now we're talking. See if I can get it up there. Crowded in. I've only got this much and this much. That's all the room I have. I need to clean my desk off in the outskirts. But anyway, this was just an old book, and I put on a new spine, which is wider, and then I covered it on both sides with. I did wallpaper on the outside, and then I did an apron, a napkin on the front. This was a verse that I had a napkin of, and then the inside I did another napkin, and I painted varnish on top of this after I glued it down with the glue stick, and then the varnish will keep it from tearing. I haven't done the back side yet, but I have done the front side. But I will do the back side, I guess, later. But I will I'll probably scoot this over and do this here as much as I can, and then I can raise this up and do this part, and with the varnish that. But it's pretty. I don't think it's going to come off. I think it's on there good. I think it soaked up. It soaked up real good. So maybe I'm good for the back part of it. Uh, so anyway, I've got some. Kelsey sent me some napkins, and I got her napkins already fixed up to go out in the mail. So let's look and see what she sent me. She sent me some vegetables, and I think I might get to use this in the chicken farm book that we've been working on Tuesday nights. And I have a vegetable stand, and let me show you a little sneak peek of what I did this week in my vegetable stand. Uh, I found some eggs. We'll cut those out and use them in the book somewhere. Somewhere. And I have a little bit more of these chickens left. And I thought, well, I might be able to fussy cut those chickens out and put them in and around the barn or something. So we'll see. But here's my vegetable stand, my fresh farm food goods, and I've got mason jar washi tape that came in some Happy Mail. And then I found the tomatoes, and they were on a napkin that Colleen had sent me. So I've got the tomatoes there, and then some of these vegetables. I might be able to. I can take off a row of the mason jars because it is washi tape, and I don't think I glued it down, so I can pull this off very easily. That's what washi tape is supposed to do. It's supposed to come off with little tearing. I did a little bit of tearing right there, but I'm not worried about that. So I can take this and use it for something else. And then I can take some of these vegetables and put them on the shelves. So that's a good choice. Thank you, Kelsey. and I believe no, these are not from Kelsey. These are from Keats. I'm sorry, Kelsey. I got you mixed up. Hi, Val. I'm sorry, Kelsey. I got you all mixed up with Keats. Hi, Chris. Barb. I said hi to Barbara. So, but anyway, these are from Keats, and she sent me this one, which is a Hogwarts, which is Harry Potter napkin. So it's going to go in the book. And she sent me one with some flowers and butterflies in the wildflowers. And she sent me these, which look like they might be um, a flower that looks like eucalyptus. The eucalyptus. And does it have a flowering flower like that? That's pretty. And then we have a gourd and a pumpkin. Those could go into the farm. And this was just one I found on my desk. So we could cut out a gourd and a pumpkin to put in our chicken book. So yeah, let's do that. So I've had several new people come in this month, and I'm I get confused quite a bit. But I don't know. Is that pumpkin going to be too big to sit right there? Would that pumpkin be good enough? Maybe there's a smaller one. Is that smaller? I think it is. That one there is smaller. So I'm going to take that one. And I'm just going to trim it out. And there's some mushrooms. I could use a mushroom on the stand. She'll get a big kick that I'm using it already. But that's what you do with your napkins. You got to use them. So let's go for these right here. Mushrooms. And there's an acorn. Shall I go for an acorn? They might sell some acorns at the farm good place because you can decorate with acorns. So, hello, Ellen. Jassy, I got your napkins today. So hang on, I'll do yours next. So I think that's all I'm going to do with that napkin. So that'll go in the rest of it. I'll just put it in the napkin book. So I'll put those in a few minutes, and some of these. So let's get through. If I get time tonight, I'll wait and save this for next Tuesday with And Colleen sent me some more napkins. So I'll get this book out here in a minute because she sent me some more stuff. So we'll get to this in a minute. Let's see if I can get it over here without having a craft lunch. So so these were Keats. So I will take and open them up. And I will put them inside of each other. I've never had a Harry Potter a napkin before. That's new. Of course, it's been around. He's been around for several years. This was just one I had on my desk. It's an old one. And I said, oh, I might as well put it in the napkin book. So we'll put those together, and I'll look for a string. And I'll just gently fold that over. And there's an extra string in here. And this one. Gotta find the middle. Right there. And I slide these under. And this is called a flow book of napkins, a napkin flow book. And I can get these napkins out anytime I feel an notion to. Since I cut on this one, I'm going to put this in the back under the bottom because I've cut on it. And I've got another one over here that I did the same thing to. As soon as I come across it again, I'll put it in the back too with those together. So let's go to Jassie's napkins. Thank you, Jassie. She did good. She sent me some good napkins. Look at this pineapple. We know I've got to paint something tonight. Shall I paint the pineapple? That might be a good one to paint. She sent me the pineapple because I am going to try to paint something. She sent me some watermelon. It'll go in the middle here. That is so cute. That is so cute. That is adorable. That would be cute for the middle of the table to put a decoration on for summer. So anyway, I'm going to put it in the book for now for safekeepings. I'm going to leave one of the pineapples out. Then I have this napkin, and it's daisies. So it'll go right there. She sent me two of them. I like these napkins. They kind of got a paper towel feel to them, a quilted look feel. It feels quilted. And this one's got fairies in it, so I should put one of these in the fairy book. And I still have a few pages in the fairy book to do. So we'll put one of these out for the fairy book. That'll be fine. And then we have one with butterflies. We got two with butterflies. Another watermelon. Cute, cute. Cute, cute. But I've got your napkins already bundled up addressed and ready to go in the mail with your self-addressed stamp envelope. Now, the bad thing about this is I won't remember. I won't remember after today where where any of these came from because of my memory. I won't remember. So we're going to put this one right here. And this makes it a flow book. Put the string in the fold it over, and you have the flow book. So that's good. Look how fluffy we're getting in. And we still have more to come. So I've got it filled up at least halfway full. So I've got so many napkins this year. I've lost track. I've lost track. So this would be a cute one to paint. So we're going to leave that one out. And then I do have the fairy book right here. Let's see if I can get it out without having a craft lunch. That's what we don't want. So I'm going to find a page that doesn't have any painting on it. Oh, I love this book. I just love it. She would be pretty to paint. And this one too, the one I just had, she would be pretty to paint. But I'm just going to look for an empty page. I've got some empty pages. We did coloring pages. And this is a napkin. This was a napkin. Here's a fairy. I'm going to put it on this page because they look very similar. The color scheme. So shall I glue it down? See if we can't glue it down real quick. So I'm going to take this and divide it up here with some water. Like that. Tear it apart. Like that. This is an extra piece. I can hang on to it and put it just in the back of the book with my extra things. Where was it? It's right here. So I'm going to glue this one there and this one over here and just do a little cattywampus. So hi Gwen. Who else come in? Ellen? Angela? Good evening, everyone. Jassy sent me a fairy napkin, and I'm putting it in the fairy book. It'll be there. So there. And we're going to put it right there. We're going to put it down right there. Okay. Like that. There's a little wrinkle, but you can't really tell after you got it glued down. And then we're going to go down here and do this corner. Like that. And double up on that corner. Perfect. And then this little girl is going to be over here eventually. And I will probably do a little bit of paint in the background. Like a shadow or some kind of a hazy background. So I'm going to leave this open so it'll dry. And since I have to leave it open, I might as well just go ahead and do this side. I need some pink paint. Oh, I grabbed the orange. I grabbed the wrong one. That's all right. I get it. That's red, but it's got a pink tint to it. It looks, you can see the pink. All right. Since I'm not having any luck with the paint, I know what I do have luck with. I've got luck. Okay, Chris. I've got some pink watercolor. And what I can do is get a little white. If any of y'all know anything about this book, it's the smashed fairies, and they're not really. It's an art. It's art, but you see body parts, and I think the body parts uh, don't need to be shared. So that's why I wanted to cover up. I want to cover up some of the body parts. So I've got a white here. Maybe this is all I need, is this white. And I'll give her a background. I could still use some of the pink. So that's all I'm trying to do right there is distract the back page. Like that. And then we're going to glue this down. I think we can get by with that. So we'll glue this little fairy down. And I printed this one out off of the internet on a clip art page. So let's pick her up and we'll put her down like that. Very good. Very nice. And then I have a little bit of this is Mod Podge or high gloss varnish, and I can use a little bit of this. It's glue. It's like glue, and I'm going to put a little bit of this on the edges of her wings to get her to lay down a little bit better, like that. Just a little sticky there. Reinforcements. Good. That'll work. Has everybody have any questions? Is there somebody that has not seen the fairy book? Because I can show it off a little bit. Lynn's here and she's got a question. She always has a question for me, guys. So, I'll put this back in the water. I didn't use the watercolors like I thought, but that's okay. I'm using all my crafts, all my art supplies. I need to answer a question for me, whether she sees this in chat, because it's truly important. How do you make a fairy book? Okay. So I'm going to put a little piece of wax down here. I think I've got a piece close by. I used to have a piece. Oh, it's still over here. I just haven't come across it yet. Like right here. So I'm going to put this down so the napkins doesn't stick together. So this is a fairy book, and I collect fairies throughout the year. And I bought a fairy book that is about fairies. And you would make it the same way that you made your napkin book. if you have a fairy book, and you would put paper instead of napkins for the pages. And this is my fairy book, and it has a story to the book. Um, it's Lady Cottingham's pressed fairy book, and it's a story book that you would read. And and then I altered the book. I bought it used, and so I have fairy things in here, like gnomes and fairies kind of live together. So I've got a little gnome house here. I got some fairy postcards. I printed off some fairy pictures off of the internet. And then as I put them in, I decorated around each page any way I wanted. There's no right or wrong in the way you decorate your pages. And I tried to color scheme these two together. And then I found this out of a catalog, and it was a dress that was for sale in a catalog. And she was walking like she's walking through the forest. So I put a piece of net. She had a net, and I added more netting on it, and I put a butterfly and some flowers in her net uh, to give it a 3D look. And then I did a little bit of green, and I put some flowers around the edges of the, on the ground, and I've got some dried greenery that was sent to me from, I believe, Sharon Lumbar sent me these greenery things, and I put those in there to make it look like a forest, and I love it. And then I found the postcard, and I kind of color schemed the painting around the postcard to blend in and match. A lot of green and purple. So this is what I did. And then I found an angel, and she reminded me of a fairy because she was young, and she had a little fairy dress on, and she's got her wings and everything. So I put her in here and with my other fairies. I just thought it went well together. So you get to choose your battles when you get into your art. You get to do whatever you want. This was some happy mail. This is from Teresa Church, and she drew me a fairy. And this fairy book is over a year old. So it's nothing that I happened to make overnight. It was something that I collected. And I love this girl here. She came out of another picture book that I had, and it might have been a clip art book as well. I'm not real sure. And then this one was printed out off of the internet on my printer. This was gifted to me, a little fairy boy. This was from Cindy Levin, and this was done in August of 25. So I probably did a lot of this at the end of last summer. So here we have a page that was the last page I did because I put some wax paper down. And we've got a little girl swinging on a swing. I need to draw her swing down here. She's standing on a bench. Let's just fix that. And you can do anything and everything to your fairy book. It doesn't have to always be in one sitting. You work on your books constantly. And I need this board for her to be standing on. It's a swing, and there's the rope going up. And I should put a tree over here, some kind of a tree. And that way, uh, she's swinging from the tree. See how I just pitch in and do stuff? It doesn't take me long to figure out what to do. I just do what I think I see. And I missed this board the first time. But that's what it is. She's swinging from this tree, and this tree needs to be green. And I'm just going to do the tree like this. So I made a tree, and she's swinging from the tree. Use a couple of different shades of green. So so you sort of get the gist of that one. And this little girl here, she's on a mushroom, and I think she was a coloring page, and I cut her out. And here's another coloring page, and I cut her out. She's out of a coloring page. And these are some wood chips that somebody sent me, some fairy wood chips. So they were cute. So you collect. You collect. And I do want you all to know that Lynn made a napkin book yesterday, and she did it like in 2 days. She was real fast about it. She did a great job, and she does have a channel. I think she streams, and she uploads little movies. So, but this is my fairy book, and it goes on and on. There's lots of pages, and this is the fairy page that we just did. So I'm going to leave the wax paper in because it's still a little damp. And I'll flip through some more of these coloring pages. This is a piece of paper that somebody sent me in Happy Mail with a fairy on it. So whatever I get things, I like to put them in the book, and like the napkin. So whenever I get something, I'll get the books back out. And these books are on the shelves. And this was just a pretty girl in a catalog, and I liked her. And she's got scalloped edges on her dress, like a fairy. Here's another picture from a fairy somebody sent me. This one I printed off of the internet. And I had leaves. These are punches. These oak leaves and the green leaves are punches. So when I cut this girl out, there was some paper that I cut off, and so I punched it with these leaves, two of these leaf punches, and so they match. And then I have them flowing down into the next page. Here's another page with some fairy pictures that people have sent me, and I think somebody sent these to me with stickers. And over here's a fairy girl that I printed off, and I've got some extra ephemera to put in the book somewhere. I haven't used them up yet. So it's an ongoing book. An ongoing book. And here is another woman, and she's like a Native American. And I put Song of the Woods. I found that in a magazine. And I thought it went together with her because she looks like she's walking into the woods. And she looks like an Indian. So that's how that went about. Here's another one I'm going to be cutting out. And I'll fussy cut her out and put her on this page. And I will fussy cut her wings. And I will fussy cut the rest of the mushrooms out. And then I found this in a wallpaper book. And I thought this would be pretty to fussy cut out. It's a tree. And then I might be able to work this tree, these two trees together somehow, and merge them together. I will merge these two trees together and glue them down. Wallpaper. And you can get your wallpaper books from Sherwin-Williams. If they have wallpaper in their store, they usually get a new wallpaper book every month, and then they throw away the old books. So you go in and ask them if they have an old book left over that you can have, or maybe would you ask them if they would save it for you from next time. next month. They could save you the book and call you. They could give them your phone number and they can call you when it's ready to be picked up. Some people are really nice about that. Here's another page that I did and I painted. I painted that one down. Piece of wax paper. This was a drawing that I drew by hand. This one came from Sharon Lumbar. And here's another picture from the catalog book that I had. And it was a lot of nature in the background. And I have this frame. This frame came out of another book, that drawing book that I have. And I cut the white part out and framed her in this frame. And here's another girl that I printed out. Glued her down. There's another girl that has to be worked on. And that's the end of the fairy book. And I still have some things in the back that I was gifted this book from Ellen, a sticker book. And some of the stickers in here are from this book. And it's a sticker book. So all of the stickers are in the back of the book. And you take them off and you put them in the stick and put them in on the fairy in the book. And it's like a little paper doll game. You go to the back and find an outfit to put on your girl and decorate the pages. So I cut one of the pages out already and put it in the book. I think it's already in here somewhere. And then I will probably, there, I see I used this one. So, but it's cute to use, and I can cut these fairies out and put them in here too. And but that's as far as I got with this little book. But I keep it in the back for safekeeping. So there's my fairy book. I'm going to put it away. We did a little something in it. Okay. So let's go on to Jassie's napkins. Did I show Jassie's napkins? Yeah, because I used the fairy napkin. So I've got her napkins already in here. And I've got Colleen's left. So Colleen's is right here. And a lot of her napkins are going to be going in the chicken book, the chicken farm book. But here's what Colleen sent me. And if I got any extras, I can put them in that book too. So thank you, Jassie and Keats. Keats will probably be in here in a few minutes. And I did get her napkins. So Lynn says, what can I use in the middle of your napkin book? Does it have to be yarn? You can use any kind of thread, string, and board refloss, but you don't want to wrap it too tight. You want to keep it loose enough. I used white thread. It's a white. It's thicker than the thread. It's thicker than a thread. It's a cordage that you would use in crocheting, and you can use ribbon, thin ribbon, and then your napkins go underneath the ribbon, and then that's how you get them in the book. That's how you get your napkins in the book. So you can use anything you want in the middle, and yarn is just a good start. It's cheap, inexpensive, and if you don't have yarn, you'll have to just use what you have, whatever kind of string you have. If you have any elastic, that would be good. Do you have any beads with the elastic cordage? Let me see what I've got here. I've got a I'm going to be sending you something, and I can send you some thread and cordage, Lynn. I'll mail you some. Okay. But I'm going to get it out now so I won't forget. I'll mail you some. This is what I used. I used this, and I can mail you some of this. It'll go flat in the envelope. Okay? You have to tie the middle when wrapping it. You wrap it around several times, uh, as many times as you want. I don't know how many napkins you have, but you need to wrap it around a dozen times. I wrapped mine around about 12 times. So let's see here. But I can send you a little bit of this. It'll be flat. And I'm going to send you some napkins. So you'll be getting some napkins. Now hopefully it won't be it won't be knotted up. I'll try not to get it knotted up. I'll send you a bunch. But you can wrap it around all at once and then tie one knot at the end. You don't have to wrap it individually. Hi, Dana. How's that new baby? Dana's got a new grandson. His name's Walker. Have you seen him today? Did you go to the hospital today to hold him? I bet you did. Okay, Lynn, I've got you some string coming. Okay, it'll be next week before I get it mailed out. So anyway, this is from Colleen. How much did he weigh? How much did Walker weigh? He looked healthy. Oh, I can show pictures. Can I show his picture? Surely you'll let me show his picture. No, Candy, he's not a Texas Ranger. He's a Florida Ranger. It'd be Florida Ranger Walker. She tell me I can show his picture. He's gonna be a Florida Walker Ranger. Here's Walker. He's not real happy right at this moment, but he's getting warmed up, you see. They've got him all. Look, he's waterlogged. He's still waterlogged. This is how fresh the picture was. He's waterlogged. But here he is in the bed in the ink. Oh, they're weighing him. They're weighing him right there. And he says, "Put the blanket back on. Put the blanket back on." He is beautiful. He looks so healthy. Dear little Walker. Yes. Hi, Janet. He is very precious. I still haven't found any poundage. Oh, she sent another picture. Oh, is he home yet? Did he get to go home already? She just had him yesterday. They don't keep it anymore. Oh, look at this. They couldn't wait to dress him up and take pictures. Look what they found the stork brought. Oh, it's wonderful, Dana. And I'm sure you will know how to get the pictures, to dress him up and get the pictures. He's not home yet. Okay. He's sleeping right there. He's all bundled up. That's the way they like to be. They like to be tied together like he was in the womb. But she didn't have I don't think she had a hard time, did she? She went uh in the morning and had him in the afternoon. So, congratulations. I know that you are going to be so busy with this week, and then Dana's going on vacation next weekend. So I'm glad he came. I'm glad he came. So anyway, back to my happy mail. Colleen sent me some chicken fabric, so I get to use this in the chicken farm book, and I will definitely be picking a page for that. And then she sent me this napkin. This is a cute little napkin, and it could go on the garden page. Yes, it can. I can cut the gloves and the birdhouse and put it on the shelves of that other page I had. I've already put vegetables on it. So I've got this vegetable stand and the vegetable napkin from Keats, and there's some mushrooms we'll put on there, and um, a, a pumpkin and a acorn, and some of these vegetables will go on here, and I can still take off another one of these jars of uh, canning jars, and I can use them. It's just washi tape that somebody sent me in washi tape trade, so I can still cut some of those apart. But I've got a whole row of them down here, and then I can put the vegetables up on the top shelf, and I'll save the some of this I can still use and decorate with later. So so that's good. That's good. So this napkin will go good in there too. And then I have other pages I'm going to be doing. I still got some more pages back here that are empty. So I still got more pages to decorate. So I'll have. Oh, did somebody send me something beachy? Yes, Colleen did. I got chickens in the beach. So I can take this. This was something she mailed me today, and there's the beach, and I can take and put the flippy flops on the beach. There's a pair up here. I can cut them out and put them up here on the beach. So when they come out of the water, they'll have their shoes. So that was nice. That was nice. So let me show you the rest of her napkins, but this is definitely going in the napkin book, and I might as well put this in there too, because I'm going to be cutting some of and the hat. Can I put the hat on her? Does she need a hat? I might be able to put the hat on her too. There's a hat. So we'll see. We'll play with that Tuesday. She sent me this one, and it is darling. And I believe this looks like Bandit. She's got two little white dogs. So we'll put that in the chicken book on the farm page. And look at these. Oh, I didn't see this one. They're having a race, and they look like hamsters or guinea pigs. And the chicks are doing it too. The chicks are running too. He's got the flag. So we're gonna make a fun scene with that. And this one's got some pretty little geese on here. So we'll see. We'll see. We might get to use everything. And then the boots. I think the boots are darling. And so they'll definitely. I might be able to put them on the uh, the food stand page, or I can make a garden page. Now that would be good too, to make a garden page. But I might have room for the boots somewhere. I can get the boots in there. And then the last one she sent me are these little butterflies. Aren't they sweet? So I haven't decided what to do with those yet, but I want to paint this today, and maybe I get to put a little bit of this in the background. We'll put those together. Alrighty. So that was the last of the Happy Mail for today. And then she sent me these, and it's stationery. It's stationery, and it's boots. So I have to send one of them to Juju. But I don't know what I'm going to do with the boots. But it does have a rooster paper clip. So that's going in the book. That is definitely going in the book. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the boots. But we'll see. But the rooster's going to go in there. Isn't that cute? It's a paper clip. So let's get it in here on one of the pages. He might look good on this page. There he is. Yeah, he's cockadoodle doodling. Uh, he's waking everybody up. He goes over here on top of this hen house. He's cute, just like that. All right. Thank you, Colleen. If you come in, if not, I'll talk to you later. So that was all of the Happy Mail, and I went over to the napkin book and showed that to you. It's finished. I'm just going to continue to put napkins in it, and I think that's everything that I was going to show you. And I bought this book um, last week, and it's a new kind of coloring book. And what it is, it's a it's for adults and relaxation. So we're going to do one, and they're animals. And I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can see the lion's face in this. So what it is you got skinny lines and fat lines, and then the fat lines outline the picture. So it's like in one color. And so we're going to try one and see if I can do it. We're going to see if I can do it. And this was the first one. And I can't tell what it is in advance. But I do have pictures in the back that are the answers of what we're doing. But I'm going to do it and see if you can't figure out what I'm doing as we go along, as we go in a circle. So I'm going to get a nice pen. And I think that she suggested uh, jelly pens. So let me get some of my. I've got these. Let's try these markers. These are thin. They're pretty thin. So there's two spirals going on at the same time. There's one on this side, and then it goes inside, and then the other one on this side. So with every other spiral, you're going to color, uh, and you can. She said you could do them any way you want to do them. If you want to do them all at once, or want to do one half at a time, it doesn't matter. But you sort of have to start at the outside and work your way in. And she outlined, like this one here has a large. wide space in it, and she outlined it first, and then she went back and colored it in. And guess who's crying? My kitty cat. So hopefully it won't make my eyes go cross-eyed. Let me go see. I think Joe fed her already. Maybe she wants to go out. I better go let her out. We don't want any accidents. She's got a potty box in the house, but sometimes she'd rather go out. So this is the beginning of the spiral. So let me go let her in. Let her out. Hi, Kelly Ann. Anybody, Esther? Anybody else in the balcony I missed? So anyway, I'd never seen this before. It's been around because I watched a video to demonstrate how to do it, and there were several videos on it, and they were several years old too. I'm gonna go let her out. I opened the door for her. She'll have to go through the doggy door if she wants to go out. So, okay. So anyway, has anybody else has anybody else seen this before? I got the animals. So just out of curiosity, it's going to make me cross-eyed. But anyway, it gets wide and then it gets narrow, skinny, and that's where you have to just go real slow. Like that. And I have to I have to do it slow because I'll get outside the line if I don't. And I can see it if I squat down real close. And then the girl that I watched, she turned her paper. And I'm not an exact person. I'm you know, I'm not going to be completely straight. But I think it won't matter when I get towards the middle. And see, I just want to go to the next one and do it. But she said follow the lines. Go with the lines. So now this is the other side, and I'm going inward. And I don't know, maybe I should have used a pencil, but I'm not unhappy with this. Oh, she also said, because by the time you get to the middle, she says you might run out of ink. That's what it was, she said. And she said it was a good idea to have two colors of the same pen available in case you did run out. And she was using brand new jelly gel pens. And she had these packages, and she said these are brand new, and she bought two packages of them so that she could have two pens per per uh, per picture. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this one since I'm over here. And they're little wiggle lines. They just wiggle like that. So we started. Okay, Lynn. Bye, Lynn. Uh, yes, it is. 1,000 dot to dots. It is. It is. I'll do it for a little while, and then I'll switch off. Let's see. This one is colored in here, and this is a good thing. I've had these pens for a while. These are King Art, and and it's good that I'm getting to use them. And usually the King Art, more than likely, it came from Margaret. Margaret gifted me some pens a while back, and she gets a hold of the brand King Art. Okay, and I just have to trust the the madness. I have to trust it. Trust the process that it's going to turn out. But anyway, I could tear some of these out and put them in Happy Mail and get you all to work on them. Okay. Squiggly lines. Wonder who thought this up. but it's kind of like a negative. Hi, Marty. Bye, Marty. That's right. It's too tedious for you, Sharon. Well, it's almost too tedious. I do have one of those light up embroidery lights, magnification lights that you hang it around your neck and you lights up and then you can see to do your stitching. I do have one of those lights. I could easily put that around my neck. Okay. Trust the process. Don't get off your lines. So it's important to go in and out when it tells you to go in and out, or you won't see the picture. I just can't wait to see if you all can see it. Now, see, I've caught up to my other line, so I can do two at a time now. Good. I did a little wiggle on that. It worked. It worked. It worked this time. So, hi, Jackie. Hi, Angie. Good to see everybody. So, anyway, after this, we're going to paint a pineapple. So, I'm going to do this for just a little bit more. And then I might just have to work on it a little bit each time we come on. I do want to do it in front of you guys so that you all can see when it reveals. There's a lot of fat lines. That's okay. And this is a nice ink pen. It's real smooth and you don't have to press real hard. It's not. It's not for me. It's not. It's not going to go well for me because I want to do them all at once. I want to color it all in. Okay, Jassy, get us on the big screen. So anyway, I'm going to stop because I feel like I'm not doing it good enough. So we'll work on this again another next time, probably on Thursday, and I might need to watch another video on it. But there's a bunch of them in here, so this just might be one of those mystery Happy Meal things. I think it's funny. It's funny. So anyway, let's get my book out and see if I can get you all to look at this. My desk is so full of beads. If I can get this done fast enough before the night is over, I can work on that spiral thing again. This is what we did the last time, and I thought she turned out real good. I thought she turned out real good. So here's going to be the next one. And of course, I'll end up putting the napkin on the other side after we paint it. And then we've got a butterfly on here. See, we could have him coming in. He could be flying in. Put the pumpkin on top, or the pineapple on top of him. Woohoo! Or we can give him wings. We could give the pineapple wings. Well, maybe we can speed things up. We've got to do some kind of a background, like a sunrise, maybe. So let me trim this. We might do something different. Do it, do it differently each time. Save that. And I'm going to trim him out a little bit. Or her. I'm not sure if it's a him or her. Do pineapples have male and females? Sometimes trees do. There are male and female trees. And you have to have one. I know holly trees are that way. And avocado trees are that way. They have to have another tree to help pollinate it to bloom. We've had a avocado tree in my backyard, but it's never bloomed any bloomings. And there's only one of them, so I have a funny feeling it needs another tree. So maybe I'll tell Joe to go get me an avocado tree from the nursery. So anyway, I'm going to cut this out. Like that. It's a fussy cutting and it's a napkin, so you have to be gentle. So I got that side out. And Dana's a grandmother. She's kind of a grandmother already because her uh, She's close to her sister's kids, and she's an aunt. And then she's also close to her husband has a daughter from a previous marriage, and she's had a baby. Angie looked it up. No, no male or female. Okay, it's an it. It's a it. So I will trim that out just like that. Don't need those. So what I'm going to do is put this here. I was going to look to see if I wanted to make it. I would have to cut the pink flamingos off and glue them on separately. But if I were to put this behind the pineapple, no, I think I'm just going to put it at the top. I will use one. Oh, I accidentally cut it. I must have did that. Yeah, by accident. I'm pretty sure I did that. Oops. I can glue it back together. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did that by accident. But we can put it together. And I have to take the back off, or this part will glue down and the top part will come off. That's what that's all about. That's why you got to take the backs off. Like that. Clean up my little mess. And we'll save that for just a minute because I think I'm going to try to put the yellow in the background. And my watercolor paint will probably be perfect for that. Take that off. There. So then I can do some um, I'll use my pencil and uh, I can continue to make some leaves. And I just had that stamp. I have a stamp that has leaves on it, or I can paint them. So let's make another leaf here, like this, and it's got the markings in it, like that. And maybe this one can go like that with the markings. Like that. And then a swirl in a blue tint, and then we'll do the yellow at the top. That looks like the sun. And then this is going to be another leaf, and another leaf, like that. And these look like tiger stripes leaves. Okay, and then maybe we'll do one more leaf, one more of the blue sky, and then we're going to go yellow. It's going to go yellow all the way up under this, and the yellow is going to look with pink polka dots. We're going to splatter pink on it. So we can do that. We can do that. So I'm going to put that away, put this over here, and we're going to get my watercolors out. I have to have yellow, and I think I want to use this one here. Okay. So I want to use this one. And these are just little cheap set of watercolors that I got from Michael's. And there's not much left in them. So we'll use what we can. So let's get some water on the yellow one and see if I can't get enough yellow to do the top of the page. Type in caps if I've forgotten to do something. Type in caps so I can see you. Oh, you hurt your back really bad today. Oh, okay, Kellyanne. Yes, I will. I got the prayer book out right here. Right at my fingertips. Haven't been in it for a little while, so everybody needs to tell me if there's anything that you want me to write down in the prayer book for you. Is Mel doing okay, Candy? How is Mel? How is Mel? Is he still recuperating? And Kellyanne has hurt her back before. Hi, Susan. Thank you for calling me darling. And Sharon has back problems. And then I'm listening to see if Candy, how Susan is. I mean, how Mel is. Mel is doing okay. His drain should be out by June 11th, so he still has a drain, and he had kidney surgery. So okay, we're going to still for healing and the drain to come out perfectly. To come out perfectly. So okay, and then you're waiting to hear about eye surgery. Is that for you, Candy? Eye surgery. And I'll put a question mark. Uh, Ellen still she hasn't heard a word about her interview. And we want her to get a job. Okay. So I don't see any more prayers requests. Shout them out. Angie goes for the 8th for her oxygen test. Okay. Good, Sharon. Got you down there. Uh, so, we're going to put Dana and the new baby on here because the new baby's new. We want him to pass all of his uh, tests and things to go home, so he can get to go home soon. And they don't keep you very long, so I pray that Paige is doing well. We want her healthy so that she can go home and take care of the baby. So, okay, that's all I see at the moment. So we'll leave that. Get the prayer book going. Jessie is asking for prayer too. Okay, Jessie, I didn't see it. I think she went to go lay down too. Is she not feeling good? We'll definitely put Jessie on there. So, okay. I still have the book if we need it. If we need it, we still got it. Okay, so I was into the yellow paint. It, it's good that I can multitask. And this has got pink polka dots on it, so I get to do some splattering today. I get to put pink paint on everything, splattered on everything. And I'm probably going to use most of this up. Hello, Carol. Okay. And then we'll put this right there. And I'm going to get some blue. And I might use more than one shade. This is kind of like a purpley blue. For this. And this side. That looks, it looks a lot like a gray than a purple. That's okay. We're going to streak it. Got this one over here. This one looks purpley too. And of course, I don't really have to paint underneath the napkin, but I just did. Won't hurt a thing. So there's the blue shades. And then I'm going to do a light green over the pencil marks. Let's try this green. This is going to go fast, guys. That's okay. That means we get to play in something else. And I'll go over this green with a pencil. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. Just a little more yellow. One last little bit of yellow. See if we can get just a little more out of there. It's gone. It's all gone. But I need a little yellow here. Like that. Let's look at the top a bit here. I think it looks okay. So next thing I'm going to do is splatters. So let's see. I need a lid, and I need some pink, and I never did find any pink paint. Let's try this pink paint. Hi, Patty. Good to see everybody. Glad you're all here. We're doing some napkin art right now, and it's calling for some pink splatters. So we're going to just put some pink right there. That's probably way too much. Don't need that much. And we're going to add some water to it. I can put this away now. And we're going to squirt that with some water. And we'll get our fan brush back. And we're going to do some splatters. So the first thing we got to do before we do anything is cover up and protect everything around us. So I need something like that, and I've got paper here to do it with. We're going to do that. We will cover all of this up, and then we will get some more paper and cover up stuff around us here. I'm going to cover the computer, the iPad first, and I'll cover this up over here, make a little box. And then this won't matter over here. I'll put my butterfly up to protect it. And this is what we're going for. This is my inspiration, the yellow with the pink polka dots. So we're doing splatters. So here we go. That's it. So we just have to let that dry, put that away, water, put my wet paint away. That's all we need. And these were just some leftover pieces of paper that didn't, a little pink won't hurt them. Won't hurt them a bit. And then these are some little cards I was going to use for a little paper pad. That won't hurt that either. So we just need to get this dry. And I'm going to move it over to the fan first. And I do have some extra napkins over here that I think Colleen sent me. And so these should go into the napkin book. So we're just going to get this up here so it'll dry a little bit. and then I'll get the heat gun to it. So this was the barn napkin. I did put it into the chicken book, and this is the extra. She sent me extra napkins, so I'm going to open them up and put them in the napkin book. Got to open them up, and then I've got, this was the rest of the tomato. I'll put it in the back since I cut on it. And then we have strawberries. We should put a strawberry on the uh, the stand. They're awful big. I'll put those right there. And I got another tomato, couple tomato napkins. And I could still, use a basket of tomatoes or a basket of strawberries later on in the book. So we can keep that in mind, that we still have more fruits and vegetables to use. And then she sent me a chicken napkin, and I've already got the chicken in there. So we'll put this in the napkin book. Maybe. Yeah, it'll go in the napkin book. And then she sent me a butterfly napkin. Isn't that pretty? And this will go under the big ones. So I'll show you how to put those in the napkin book. And I dropped this on the floor the other day, but I got to pick every one of them up. I think I got them all. It landed on its back. It didn't land upside down. So not all of it was out. Oh, they look like apples? Well, they could be apples, but I think they're tomatoes. They could be. It's in the eye of the beholder. So we'll get to another thread. And this one's a good one to get to. Pretty napkins. Pretty, pretty, pretty napkins. So there's the center. And there's two. So I'm going to take one of these. And I'm going to scooch these underneath them. So we added some more to our napkin book. There's still room for more. As we get them coming in, I'll be putting them in there. Oh, I'm going to put this in the back. So I'm saving my used napkins down here. And then this, it can be going underneath the thread. So I'll open these up. And I could use a couple of these for the trade as well. So maybe I'll just do one and take the backs off of these two to trade. Multitasking again. Nothing like multitasking. So this one's good for the trade. So the napkin trade has begun. If anybody wants to do the napkin trade with me, send me 5 of your napkins, and I will send you some of my napkins. And they will be completely different than your napkins. I'm pretty good about giving you all different ones. So we'll keep one of these for the napkin book. So whenever we want to do some napkin journaling, arting, we've got this book to look through, and this one's going to go in the middle. Let's see where I can find another thread. Not there. It'd be right here. So we'll stick this under there and gently fold it. So we've got another napkin in the back on these dinner napkin size. So I love my new napkin journal. I love it. And I think while I'm thinking about it, I'm waiting on this to dry over here. I think I saw my napkin journal, the one that I do art in, and I think I saw it. And if it's right where I think it is, I'll show it to you. I'll show it. Is it? Ta-da! I found it. I found it. And I'm going to have to come in here one day and sort through my books so I can bring them over here to show them to you. All my books that I've done over the past 7 years. So I drank all my drinks, so I'm giving myself a refill. Giving myself a refill. I've been talking so much. And I also have something else to show you all after we get done with the napkins. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take one of these because my mouth is super dry. It'll help. It'll help me. You love strawberries? I had strawberries today. Andy's eating watermelon. So, I don't know if I said hi to Marie or not. And there's Linda. Hi, Linda. I've seen you in here before. Good to have you back. And Susan E. She's a new one for me. Good to see you all. So as you well know, we're doing a napkin trade right now. So if you want to send me 5 of your napkins, I will send you some of my napkins back. And these are some of the things that you can do with your napkin. We're using napkins tonight on our painting over here, but it's drying. So we're going to let that dry. This old book is that was just the paper on the Coke, the plastic pop. This was a very old book, and I bought it online, and I don't have any information on it, but I think it's an early 1900 book or possibly a late 1800 book. But in the meantime, I have been using it for a napkin journal, and I glue napkins down in it, and then I do artsy things on top of it if I can. I can sort of talk about it. This is a napkin, and then this was a napkin, and it was a Paris napkin. So I didn't have to put any pictures on it so far. I haven't. But this was the front of the book, and I've got some odds and end clip art in here, just random. And it came from the American Lending Library at Cincinnati, Ohio. That's where this book came from. And it has Stuart Carr, Carr, and he lives in Lexington, Kentucky. I'm from Kentucky too, so that's where Joe and I lived. But anyway, it's just this is a piece of a napkin right here, and then these were some ephemera things that I collected, and I think this was part of a napkin, this little bird. So it's a good way to put your leftovers and things. This is two different napkins, and so I'm gonna thumb through this a little bit, maybe go a little faster. Um, this napkin here in the background had all this writing on it. It was some kind of a garden luncheon napkin. And I cut this girl out and I found these pictures. This is a napkin here, but this is a picture from a magazine. And then I found this jewelry of a ring, and I thought the stripes matched the stripes on her dress. So they kind of went together. And that's how I decorate. If it looks good together, you put it together. I'm not sure why I have this as a water fountain. It was in one of these pages. This would look good on this page. And I can tear it out a little bit. That's what I'll do. It looks like a fountain, like in Paris. And I'm just going to do that with it. And I'm going to glue it right there on that page because they're in Paris. So I'll just use my glue stick on this one. So it's not hard to do a glue page, especially if you got the napkins already glued down. It makes your job a little easier. And I'll put some right there. And I will put some wax paper down so that it doesn't stick together to the other side. So I'm going to put this about right there. Get it in the ditch real good. So doesn't that go good together? I love it. I like all my art. Let's see. Trying to be good with all these beads over here. I've got another resin pour I want to do. So I have some wax paper right here. So I will put it there so it won't stick together. And I can use, since I worked on this, I can use my date stamp and put it up here around my fountain to show that I've worked on this. How about that? So that's fun to do. That's always fun to do. So then I explained this page, and it says, to my friends, FM, for 20 years of missionary in China. That's pretty good. Okay, this was a napkin, and these balloon girls were on each two different sides of the napkin. So I put a little car right there in the middle from the magazine, and then this was from a magazine, and it says, imagine a future. He's futuristic. And then I have city center, which is a sign post from a magazine. I did this in 2022. And this was from a napkin trade. And this was one of the very first ones I did. and it says it's in August of 22. And this was a bee napkin, and it was two different napkins. One of them had this honey bee nest hutch on it, and this one had a different hutch. And then these were some Happy Mail that was sent to me. And then I found the little girls and the people with the those punch out cards you buy. And somebody sent me some stickers. And then uh, Sharon Lumbar sent me this little bumblebee right here. It's a jewel. It's actually it's a flat back uh, piece of jewelry. And then these other little bees, I have another bee here that was a sticker that I had. And these bees here were on the napkin. So there's a variety of goodies to look at. And then, of course, I've got the homemade honey in the pocket that all goes together. So I worked on this probably 2 or 3 different times to get this much on here. So you don't have to finish it all in one day. You can always go back to your thing. This was a barn that I did, and then I had this napkin, and then I've got part of a scarecrow going on up here, and it looks good. And the paper stuck to each other when I closed the book. It stuck. I didn't have a piece of paper in there, and it stuck together. So we'll make sure this gets good down in the gutter, because that's where it wants to stick. So, and I don't particularly see a date on this one, but we know it was between 22 and 26. This was paper, but the bird was a napkin, and the butterfly is a napkin, and the birdhouse is a napkin. And I thought that was so cool when I got that. I was so pleased to put that in there. And then this is scrapbooking paper, or it might have been it's a sticker. These are stickers. This bird was a napkin, and I just glued a bow on top of the bird's nest and painted the background yellow. And there's a paper clip up here. Got a couple paper clips going on. So here's I painted blue on the paper in the book, and these orange and flowers down here are napkins, and then the rest is from magazines. So it's just a collage page. It's a glue book. That's what I do. I make glue books. It's my specialty. So here's another Paris page. And somebody sent me a London bus, and I put it on here, and I said, "Oh no, this is London and this is Paris. What am I going to do?" Oh, I goofed up. So I had this washi tape right here. Somebody sent me some washi tape, and it's got these girls on here. So they're on the double-decker bus from London, and they're traveling to Paris. So problem solved. And this was part of a sticker, and it tore off, and I drew in the rest of it to make it work. So yeah, that's how that works. When you can't when you think you've messed up, no, you make up a story, a new story. This is a new chapter, and it's got this is the napkin part. And then I glued in some ephemera. I made a little pocket right here. Somebody sent me some ribbon, a little bit of ribbon. So I did a little cluster right here. It's a cluster. And a cutout and something from a magazine. And these little white flowers I have in my stash. And here's another page. This was the napkin back here. And I put the blue car on there, and I've got the band up here. They're playing a song. They're having a car day down at the the lot, the car lot, and they had brought in some music to try to sell some extra cars. And these were just some pretty stickers. They were Happy Mail. And then this one is kind of like a movie. It's kind of like you're at the movies, and there's Sasquatch, and this little girl, she saw him and she started laughing and laughed. She was laughing. She was over at Universal, and he was over there as a mascot. And here's the girl that's fighting Sasquatch, and they're all in the museum over at the Universal. But I just love her. She's looking up at him and she's just laughing. Here's another happy page, and this is the garden planet. And this is a decoration. It's made out of glass, and it was in a garden magazine, and it's in an actual garden, and it's a real mosaic ornament it's real big in a big way in a garden, a real garden. And I cut it out to put on here because of the green planet. And this is a napkin down here, and this is just a girl I cut out, and the flowers were already around her, and I cut her out somewhere. So there's a garden. This is a sea page. I've got a seahorse, and this is from Barbara Batzer, and there's a whale, and there's a seahorse, and this is fish, and this is an old photograph, and they're at the fish camp, and they went out on the yacht to catch the fish. It's a real picture of some people, and I think it was in a history book from down here in New Smyrna. So these people actually lived down here or vacationed down here. So there's a fish page. This one is cute. So these girls are up on a stage, and then the balloons, the curtains here are the curtains, and they're doing the walkway modeling, and they're up on the stage. You belong here. And this was the napkin, and it was white in the middle, so I tore all the white off and pasted the girls down. And then this is a napkin down here, and it looks like I doodled a little bit on this too. That's what it looks like. This was fun. This was a tree napkin. I have no idea what you would use a tree napkin for, except maybe if you're camping or something. And it was a forest. So I added the grass from a magazine, and I found the moose in a travel magazine, and I found a dog, and I put down a green napkin down here. A little bit. This green napkin is a different napkin, and then I painted some green, and I punched out these butterflies. I've got this punch, and I had the green. They're kind of, I think I punched them out of magazine paper, and it's tradition of extraordinary art, and that's what this page is all about. I love it. Here's a fairy page. So obviously I had a fairy napkin, and I found these words, top picks and the girly girls, and then it's got My Little Pony down at the bottom, and that they're from a magazine. Yeah, they're smooth. They're not a napkin. This was the napkin. And you can see it was tore off up here, and I painted a little bit of pink up there and added the butterflies. Here's a tropical napkin, and I put it on both sides, and then I've got people, and this guy's holding the surfboard, so they're going down to the beach and for the day and go surfing. And then I found this green at the bottom of a page in a magazine, and I put it down there like like a garden, and I thought it looked pretty good together. So you just use your imagination. You like how I make up my stories, Candy? So here's a page, and it's a fruit, kind of a fruity page. This looks like a salad, a fruit salad. There's an orange and a strawberry in there and some flowers. So I got this napkin in here again. I've used this napkin 2 or 3 times, and I've got some a, a, a trimming from a magazine over here, and it's a vine, and there's orange slices on it. So it kind of just goes together, and the butterflies just goes together. Now this page, this was my very favorite napkin of all. I don't have any more of these napkins, but I've used it several times in my art throughout the years. So I put it down, and then I the tried to paint them, and this was my rendition of trying to paint these flowers. And I found a little chef, and he's in there. I don't know why he's in there, but he goes with them. And then I found another picture over here, and it's just blue skies. So it's like a blue page, and it's a resting page. And this was fun. This was tissue paper, not a napkin, tissue paper, and I believe it was probably Tim Holtz or somebody that had that tissue paper that was given to me. And then I've got some of his punch outs, and I've got some ephemera on here that kind of goes together. I thought it went good together. So it's just very interesting and fun. Here's my zebra page. So there are the zebras. That's a famous zebra picture. I've seen it several times. This was a zebra napkin, and and uh, Snoopy got on there, and he's saying this way is the school. Hmm. So here is a garden napkin, pretty napkin, and I put this girl on the front of it. It looks good. And then this page is just has a napkin on the back of it, and it's the ghost print of the napkin. Sometimes when you pull the backs off of your napkins, you see a little bit of the print. See if I got one over here of the napkin, of the actual napkin. Here's a ghost print. So this was the owl napkin that I took the back of it off, and you can see some of the print back here, and that's the ghost print. It's off of the second page of the napkin, and that's what this napkin is back here. And it came from Sana over in Norway. And then I found an elephant. Here's another zebra page, and this was another napkin that Sana gave me, and it looks like suit material or wool. Uh, it looks like a suit or maybe upholstery fabric type of a design. And so I kept the theme, and family time is important, and the family of butterflies and the family of the zebras together is family time. And it is important. Here's a chicken page, and I found some wood. This is a picture out of a magazine, and then it matched the wood on the back of the chicken. And this little napkin was an Easter napkin with the bunnies. And I don't know what happened to the other part of the glasses, but it got put down there randomly. Here's another flower napkin. I think all of the napkins are pretty much different in this book. I don't think there's too many, except for those some of the flowers that I had used. I think I've used several of these flowers in different spots in the book. I've used these a couple of times, but basically all of the napkins are different. So they're pretty explanatory. This is family time. This is a purple napkin and this is a butterfly napkin, two different napkins. This is a picture of this tiger lily, and the butterfly is a picture. But this is the first top of the napkin of that ghost print that I showed you. Oh look, there's a strawberry page and a watermelon page. So I put red things on here. And this one is just a crazy collage, different pictures. There's a poodle. I don't know what this guy's is, but I gave him another face. Oh, it's penguins. They're they're giving her a kiss. Life life is a grand adventure. Go and live it. Here's some more pictures. This was also a napkin of its own, and then I painted black, and it was like a black and white page. That was cute. And here's another napkin, and I put it down this way, and then this one and this one, just for fun. Put it in a different direction, make it different. And this was out of a magazine, and there's the tigers out of a magazine. So here's a tropical and a bird down here, tropical bird. There's a sunflower. This was a napkin back here, and then I put the girl on top, painted this side blue, and just made a little collage. You brighten my day, and put the sun on there. Pretty self-explanatory. So this was a napkin. This rosy napkin is in the background, and I painted palm trees on top of it. And I've got the moon and the girls and the silhouette of the girls. It's by the light of the silvery moon. And here's another napkin, and then I did a palm tree painting. And here's an orange napkin and a fence, a lemon napkin and an orange. And then here's a slice of an orange, a wedgie orange. And then I just put some cute pictures. This is a napkin too, the bird. Here's a napkin. I put this in the same direction. I got excited at doing that again, and I've got a little frog up here, and he's sitting on this vine in the woods. And then this was a little cabbage rose that I glued down on top of that, and it kind of looks like that one there. This was a napkin here. I love it. Here's a daisy napkin. I put a little doily in here. Somebody sent me the doily, and I put it in there with some butterflies. I've got this butterfly punch. And here's a blue rose napkin. You're doing the cha-cha-cha. Here's another one of those balloon edge. It's a birthday napkin. And I've got people in there. And then I had a whole page of stickers of party hats. And I put party hats on everybody. Birthday page. And this was a napkin, and then this was a napkin. I think this was the back of the napkin. The other side of the napkin. It had two different birds on it. Here's another Paris page. The bicycle. and one of the boats. Here's a blue page, and it's just a collage page. And I've got this stamp. It's part of a trivet, a heating pad trivet from the kitchen, and I use it to as a stamp. And then I have a bee stamp. This is a beach napkin, and we got Elvis. Live well, laughed often, and love much. This stamp came from Sharon Lumbar. I don't know why I remembered things. Some things I remember. And here's some more of that fabric with the herringbone on it. And it's got an Oreo, Milk's favorite cookie. It's a black and white page. Another garden with tomatoes, chicken noodle, home style chicken noodle soup. It's good. Here's another palm tree that I made. And we got Virginia is for lovers. There's Rhett and our little bluebell that we painted the other night. That's her, Bella. Here's a beach napkin. Here's a watermelon page. Here is a Japanese page with the roses, the spring, uh, the pink. Are they crab apples? Blooms, apple blooms. Here's another napkin, and I got some cards, and I put them in there. Here's the home style chicken noodle soup. Here's a pink flamingo off of a shopping bag, and then this is a napkin over here. So there's a pink flamingo page. And here is a whale's tail off of a napkin. So this was some water out of a magazine, and the mountains, and then the sky, and I cut it apart strategically to put that down like that. There's a crab. That was a napkin. Here's our lemon page. Here's the ruby lip slippers, Wizard of Oz, and this is a napkin, the blue polka dot. More of the flower. And here's some pink roses back here. That was a napkin. It was pink, so it had to be something Valentine-ish, maybe. Never know. Here's some sunflowers. And this little girl, she's painting this doggy's nails. She's putting fingernail polish on them. And then there's two more girls with the sunflowers. And then this is a napkin here. And I found a pear, like they're in a pear tree. And here's a butterfly napkin, and I found that heart off of a cereal ad. Another piece of lemon. Here's a green napkin page. And she made a chicken or a turkey dressing. No spoon, no mixing, no excuses. It's a cooking page, and this was the very back page. So, October 28th, 1942. This book was gifted to somebody, and it's Mr. and Mrs. Thornton. How about that? And that's the end of the napkin book. So it's been around. It's well loved. And we added a little bit to it. We added the fountain to the Paris page. So that was nice. So, now we've got to go back to the first page that we did. It's dry now. I think it's all dry. These splatters. Yep, they're all dry. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to get our pineapple. Get our paper to curl back the other direction here. So here's our pineapple. And we've got our butterfly that's going to be up here. And we had a little accident, so we're going to put it back together. So let's do this, and then maybe we can find a word out of a magazine or out of our word box. We'll put a word with this, see what we can find. So let's put this one here. That's good. It looks like it might be the middle. And then this one's going to go over here. I accidentally cut it. I cut it accidentally. But we're going to put it together. And then we're going to glue this bit down. Like that. Like that. Like that. And that looks pretty on there. Our yellow with pink splatters. And then this is going to go here. Like that. Like that. You have to be gentle with the napkin or it will tear. Have to go real easy. So now I'm looking for a word out of a magazine. So let's find a magazine. There's a West Virginia magazine. Let's see. I've got one in here. Just can't see it. Here is a magazine. So we're looking for something that goes with this. So we're seeing itineraries. Enjoy the cozy life. Is that cozy? Usually it's the first one I see. We got that. We'll look a little bit more. Decades in the sun. Let precision testing help guide your cancer care. Decades in the sun. That might be good. I like the decades in the sun. For years and years and years, we've been eating pineapple. So I'm going to pick that one. That's what I'm going to do. That's what we'll use. That won't deter me at all. So I'm going to put this right here in the middle of the page. Decades in the sun. How about that? Yeah, cherry blossoms, not crab apples, cherries. Thank you. Okay. Oh, Linda, you have a wiener dog? Well, you'll have to meet Stephanie. Stephanie is a wiener dog person. She comes in here. She comes in here sometimes, a lot. So there we go. That's it. Let me put the date on this. We're doing great with the timing. Oh, I need a green pencil. May the 30th. May the 30th. So I'm going to get a couple of green pencils over here and see if I can't do some fiddling on the leaves down here. So we'll just do a little bit of this. Like that. Like that. So little green leaves, tropical leaves. That shows up better, and it looks like it's coming right off the napkin. Add a second color to it. Make it look tropical. Okay, I'm calling this one done. So, oh, you got a 365-day art book? Which one did you get? Yeah, I found a home for one of them. You can't wait to play in it? Do you have the blue one? We've got time to do it right now, Linda. So this is done. I got to let this dry. And I do have another, some more napkins to put over here on this side. So let's see what we can do. You think it's stinking cute? Thank you. It's easy. So I did yellow and blue. So let's go wild. We're going to go wild. Painting wild. So we're going to just do a little bit of this. And we're going to glue down the other napkins over here. Pick a number, Linda, and I'll do it with you. I'll do it right now. Which one did you get? So that's enough of that. And then we're going to put another butterfly napkin down. like we did on the other page. And then there should be another piece of pineapple floating around here. We need another pineapple. And I'm not going to fussy cut it out or anything. I'm just going to glue it down as is. Like that. And butterfly. Like that. I'm doing real gentle when I do this. I'm being real gentle so that I don't tear it. I don't think I took the back off of that. I think there's another back. It's all right. We'll make sure it's glued down real good. No, it's off. I see it. It's off. So I'll have to just let that go. Come back with the glue next time on some more of that. So, and I'm going to open this up so that both sides can finish glue drying, and leave it open. Drop my lid. I gotta have it back because the glue will dry out. And this type of glue that I have, if you leave your cap off by accident, you can revive it by squirting some water in here and then putting it back on. And about an hour, it'll absorb and reconstitute. Okay. I've got several of these books, and I've been kind of working in this one lately. Do you have a page number, Linda? I'll do it with you. I'll go fast because always go fast. Oh, I'm so glad, Ellen. We love you too. Okay. One of the things that I like to do, uh, when I don't know which one to pick, if nobody gives me a number, and this book is pretty new, so I haven't done very many pictures in here. Oh, Kelly Ann, you saw them. I was waiting for Linda to give me a page number. Yes, these are hobo beads. These are hobo beads. So, um, I'll have to get my hobo box out. I found these today when I was looking for these beads here. I'm going to do another art, resin art tomorrow. And so these are the beads that I made and wrapped in fabric, and then I wrapped them around with wire. And I used garden wire. The green garden wire is the wire that I used for this. And you can turn this into a bracelet very easily by adding some more, a little chain back here, or adding some kind of a clasp. And you can make this into a bracelet. And that's what they're for. They're for bracelets. So there's a blue one, and I added a rose to it, and I've got thread and you name it. I've got beads wrapped around the beads on a wire wrapped around the hobo bead, and I've got some pretty beads on the end. I use my good beads. I don't. They're all glass. Sometimes I use some of my pottery beads. And here's another green one. And I have several in my bedroom. that I use for a bracelet, and I wrap them around me like this, and then I twist the two tails together to fasten it on my wrist. And if you keep doing it in the same spot, you might break the wire. But a lot of them are double wired, and that'll stay on my wrist for a day. If I go out or something, that'll stay on my wrist. And I love them. They're just really, really. There's no rhyme or reason to them. That's for sure. So I got these out to show them to you. So Linda, I wanted you to pick. So anyway, these are some of my hobo beads, and I'll have to get some of them out. And you can see this one that trails around, wraps around the whole thing, and that's another a different wire, and I spiraled it around the whole thing, and I've got little circles, uh, so that I can attach it to a bracelet. And I use thread and different color fabrics, and this one's got bells on it. See if you can hear the bell. Can you hear the bell? I don't hear it, but it is a little bell. It's a little cockle bell, and they do ring sometimes. And I do have some bells that you hang on your bracelets that chime. And here's two of them I got together. They might be put together, or they might have just gotten stuck together. I don't know. But these are pretty beads. Very colorful. They'll go with blue jeans, about anything you wear. And some of these beads are vintage. Now these green beads are vintage. Those are real old beads. And but most of them are glass. There's a few, uh, possibly a few plastic ones in there. I saw one a minute ago. This little green one here is a butterfly, and it is a plastic bead. That's plastic, but it looks really good with the glass beads. They look good together. So it's just fun to do. So we'll make beads sometime. We'll make some beads. Becca likes to make homemade beads and hobo beads, and so we'll get them out one day. That's why I got these out to show you and put a bug in your all's ear to remind me to do it one day. And we'll make some beads. And the big bead in the middle is made with a straw. And you can wrap paper around it. You can even make your own bead, roll your own bead up. Dana makes beads too. Becca and Dana made them not too long ago, last week. They were making beads, and then they gloss them up with fabric tack, gloss glue, and they're like real bright and shiny. Linda's pooped. Okay, we're going to do page 70. Page 70. We're going to do page 70. So it says experiments with different art materials to discover what you enjoy using. Today, use today use colored pencils to create different marks. Try using the sides of the nibs to create border lines and blending different colors. Apply more or less pressure that can change the intensity of the color. Okay, we can do that. We're going to use different, I'm going to put the date on here because I like the date, the ones that I've done. And so I've got some pencils we can use. And I'm just going to grab some. And some of them are sharp and some of them are not. So we might be like this one here. They said put it on the side and do a border with it. How about that? That's pretty cool. And of course, we could do different marks, and we can doodle, and we can even use my doodle cards. We can use some doodle cards like this one here. So we have a square, and then in the square we have columns, and then we have rows. It's a little wonky, but we won't mind. I'm going to change colors and use this orange one. And in the in each block, we make an oval up and then an oval down, and it makes a leaf in every one of them. We go from corner to corner, and we arch it just a little bit to make a leaf. And we can use different colors. And you can do your own doodling. It doesn't have to be my doodling. It could be your doodling. I could have made this a little bit bigger though. Arch, arch. And then I have another one over here. And I'm using, these are Posca pencils, and I like them. I also like Prismacolor pencils. And I love Inktense pencils. I'll get a couple of Inktenses out here and show you what they look like. So I did this little doodling thing. We did use some of these pens. I used this pen today in the blue. Uh, that one's black. I've got blue and red in these pens. These are felt tip pens. And I'm just going to make a triangle in the red, and then a triangle in the blue. Okay, so that was easy. That was easy. Let's just see what we've done. There's my doodle card. Doodles. And then I'm going to get my Inktense pencils. If I can unbury them. They're buried at the moment. Oh, your book is different? Okay. Well, you can pick 70 or you can pick another page. Uh, where are my Inktense pencils? I think they're in a can by themselves. Let's see what else I got over here. I'm just reaching for a bunch. Okay. These are just regular pencils. This might be an Inktense, but it's a boring one. It's black. Okay. Well, anyway, I won't have time to do your Inktense pencil, but I can do something fancy with this. Have you ever did this as a kid? I bet you haven't done. Have you ever did this with a kid? You take all your pencils and your crayons together and you draw with them. I haven't done that since I was in elementary, guys. That is too funny. That is too funny. So anyway, with that, I'm going to quit because it is time for me to get off. It's 8:30. So I hope that you all had a great time today. Let me recap. Let's see. Let me see what I've taken pictures of. Oh, I'll show you Dana's picture, baby again. This is Dana's new baby, her grandbaby. He is precious. He is precious. They've got him in a little basket. One day old. Not even a whole day yet. Well, actually, she had him yesterday afternoon. So he's a day, 1 day old. That's how old he is. 1 day. So anyway, I was going to take a picture of this. So we did 70. And then I bet you have, I'm not sure what color is your book, Linda. Is your book this book? Is it this one? Let's see what page 70 is. Is this your page? There's 5 or 6 different books. But anyway, regardless, we'll find out next time. Come on. I'll be on Tuesday, but we'll be working in the chicken book with Colleen. And then Thursday, I can work in it Thursday with you. Sometimes I do it quickly just to do it, have you all to do it. So we did this page. Dedicates, dedicates in the sun. Decades in the sun. Decades, years and years and years. Yeah, buddy. So we did those. They're dry. We went through the napkin book, and we went through the other napkin art book, and we even did something in the uh, fairy book. We glued a little bit in the fairy book tonight. So we've had a lot of fun tonight. And I don't see the fairy book, so let me open it back up, and I'll take a picture of what we did. There's a piece of napkin on it. So we did this little page. And I'll post it in the group. So if y'all need anything, be sure and message me. And that's getting dry now, so we can close it. And I'll be back 6 o'clock on Tuesday. I stream I stream at 6 o'clock on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And sometimes I come on with other people. And if I do, I try to post it the video in my Facebook group. It has been super fun tonight, Esther. Sure has. so so I'm gonna say good night. I'm done. My back's tired. Good and tired. So, okay. Good night, everybody. Got the lids on the glue. Everything's good.